नैना भी मल्हार बनके बरसे रे।
Hey guys, and welcome to my first YouTube music tutorial video. In this video I thought I'd show you how to make Alan Walker's Sing Me to Sleep drop in Logic Pro X. Now a few days ago I posted this YouTube music video. It was a part of this series What If Bollywood Songs Were Arranged by Foreign Composers. In that video I tried to rearrange Bauraman the way probably Alan Walker would have done it. So if you want to check it out, the link is up somewhere and in the description below. So in that song I used the drop from Alan Walker's Sing Me to Sleep. So in this video I thought I'd show you how I had made it. So let's get into it. Alright, so here I have a new project opened up in Logic Pro. I just set the tempo to 88 and there's a max volume compressor and a limiter switched on in the stereo out channel. Now I created this layout for the tracks we'll be using. Now as you can see, it's gonna be very simple, just 8 tracks, and to keep it even more short and simpler, I'll be using quite a few presets. So let's check out the drum sounds first. Okay, so for the kick I'll be using this preset from the EXS24 sampler in Logic under the GarageBand section, the basic house drum machine. So it has got this very basic kick. It just works for any Alan Walker style drop. I'll be using this Renaissance bass plugin just to increase the bass slightly. It is a brilliant plugin by Waves. Okay, so now let's put out the kicks in the edit mode. I guess it's C1 the kick. Yup. Okay, that's not good. Yep, so that's the kick right there. Now let's look at the snare. For that I'll be using a preset from here, the electronic drum kit, the drum machine GarageBand section. I'll be using this after party kit, and I'll be using the snare from here, this one. Yeah, so again this is a very basic snare. As you can see, I'll just do a bit of EQing. Right, so that should sound just fine. Alright, and now for the hi-hats I'll be using a drum kit, that is the retro rock kit. Again I'll do a bit of EQing, just increase the high frequencies. Alright, now I'll put out the hi-hats. It should be something like this. Alright. Yep, so there we have our hi-hats. Yep, sounds cool. I'll switch off the metronome. Yep, and now if you want you can put out the roll that Alan Walker uses before the drop in this kit itself. The retro rock kit for that we use for the hi-hats, and it should be something like this. Yep, so yep, that is perfect. Now let's look into the bass sound. Alright, for the bass I'll be using this retro synth plugin in Logic. I'll use a preset, but it is not a bass preset, it is this synth lead preset. It's the hyper lead. However, it's got this really nice fat bass sound that just works fine for this drop. Yep, that's just perfect. Let us just increase the bass slightly and then we can edit the bass notes. Alright, so here we have our bass notes. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, that sounds good, but then it is not complete because nothing, no Alan Walker drop at least is complete without side chaining. So let's give it a side chain using the LFO tool. I just love this tool. Yes, that sounds way better. Alright, for the first synth, I'll be using the Silent One plugin. It is an external plugin, but it has got this really brilliant preset. That's the Lead Mystics preset. It just works perfect for this drop. Though I'll just reduce the detune and the cutoff. Alright, that sounds should sound perfect. Let's edit in the notes. Alright, that should sound perfect. Let's add the side chaining. Okay, so with the side chaining, it sounds like this. Oh, we already have that vibe. Alright, for the second synth, I'll be using the Retro Synth plugin again. But this time, I'll be designing the synth. So let's start by changing the filter. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I want the sound to be a little more mono-ish, not 100% mono, but somewhat like that, I guess. Yep, yeah, that should sound perfect. Yeah, that sounds perfect. Okay, so now just let's copy this lead and add some side chaining. Alright, so with the side chain, it should sound something like this. Okay, already that sounds pretty perfect-ish, but we need to add some reverb. Now for the reverb, I'll be using the bus that was created when I created the retro rock drum kit. It was made by Logic. I'll also be adding some extra reverb for this one. For the first saw synth, I'll be using Silent One again, and this time I'll be using a preset from page 3. It's the lead super saw. Again, it is just perfect for any saw lead. And let's first put out the chords. Alright, so after that it should sound something like this. The volume was too loud. Yeah, that sounds better. I'll just cut off the delay over here, and also same with the Mystics lead. Okay, now let's add the side chaining to this chords. Yeah. Alright, so already we have gotten that Alan Walker-ish vibe, and it's already sounding good, but we'll add just one last synth. We'll use a Retro Synth plugin again, and I'll be designing the synth. Let's start by changing the filter. Alright, here also I want the sound to sound a bit more mono-ish. I'll decrease these accordingly. Yeah, that should just sound perfect. Yep, that's fine. Again, I'll be adding some reverbs. Alright, so I have added some reverb and the side chain, and I've copied the chords from the previous synth to this one. Now I'll just EQ it a bit. This treble, the cutoff is too high, so I'll just I'll cut off these unwanted bass frequencies by giving this sort of a high pass. Alright, I'll just improve the mix a bit. Alright, so I've just improved the mix a bit. All I've done is I've panned the leads. I have and I have just balanced the volumes a little more. So after that it sounds pretty good, but we are not done yet. All we are left to do is add a little more variation to this leads by adding in some pitch bend edit. Now I'll just fast forward this portion because this is tedious work. Alright, so all I have done is I changed the melody out here slightly, as you saw, to give a little more variation, as Alan Walker has done, and I added this pitch bend edit to give a little more vibrato over here and this slide in effect over here. So let's see how it sounds. Alright, so here we have the finished product. Let's see how it sounds. That really sounded nice. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video. Goodbye.